Typically when I'm looking at a glass block window job, the majority of the jobs we do are windows that are being put into basements. In that situation, you do want good ventilation in your basement. You might not always open those windows, but there's going to be a time where you are going to want to open and have air pass through that basement.
You know, it's good to have fresh air in there, and if you don't have fresh air in a basement, you've got a case where you may get mold or mildew that builds up, and you've got, you know, not the most healthy condition.
Odors, gas leaks, radon, carbon monoxide, those types of things. So therefore, the EPA suggests you ventilate that basement on a regular basis.
In basement windows, very, very frequently we recommend to get air vents, which are a vinyl type of a unit with a screen on the outside and a little hopper window on the inside. That is what we use the most.
There are quite a few people that say, oh, I've never opened these windows. I don't need to have these windows open. I think part of the reason that they don't open them is the awkwardness or the inabilities to open their current windows.
Because they're worried about if they open that window, they may never get it shut. In many cases, in a basement especially, you've got frames in there that are rusted or wood frames that are rotted out, and people think, hey, if I open this thing, it's not getting shut again.
So I think once you have a more functional vent and window, that you'll use it more often and feel more comfortable opening and closing it. You know, people always ask, how many vents should I put in? And some things come into play. Some communities have codes, and you have to achieve those code levels.
I usually recommend, especially in a basement, to vent all of the windows if somebody's budget affords that. The reason is you get the ability to get the maximum airflow in there. With that being said, if somebody says, boy, I don't want to spend to put air vents in every window, then my recommendation is usually to try to put air vents on different spots in the basement so you can move air through.
The ideal situation is to create cross ventilation so that you can have some windows on one side of the house and some windows on the opposite side.
In bathroom windows, where we tend to use air vents is especially in cases where there's no exhaust fan in that bathroom. So you want to get some airflow in there and have the ability to have fresh air. Where I might not recommend to put an air vent would be in a location where physically it's hard to get to it. So one spot like that might be behind the washer and dryer. If you got a washer and dryer in your basement, and you know, the ability to reach up and grab that vent would be difficult. In those kind of situations, I'd say, you know, maybe you're better off not using a vent because it's just practically going to be hard or maybe even a little dangerous to get to that location.
We offer two different quality levels of air vents depending upon what your budget allows you to do. We have an economy vent, which is suitable for folks that aren't as concerned with high efficiency. The Energy Smart vent is the pure vinyl clad fusion welded window that has a double pane insulated glass package and a full weather stripping so that when you do close and lock that panel, you get a positive seal there.
So the Energy Smart vent provides you with a more energy efficient solution. So especially if people are getting the glass block and they're saying, hey, I'm really getting this because I want to cut my heating and my cooling costs. By all means, I would definitely look into the Energy Smart of a more energy efficient air vent so you can button up that space in the best possible way.